talks about. And today we're going to do another in-depth article. We're going to stick with AH because I think some feathers have been ruffled over the article that Sausage Roll put out the other day that I covered in my last in-depth article. And today we're going to be covering an article from We Got This Covered, who have proven to be pretty reliable in their own in the past. This article was from February 28th, and it's titled, AH reportedly thinks WB is spreading rumors about her firing from Aquaman 2. So let's talk about this article. So this article starts off with talking about the long view between AH and her ex-husband Johnny Depp, and it's certainly been a bitter one, at least when seen through the media attention on both actors' personal lives. Well, it's been a bitter one for Johnny. He has had his reputation basically nearly destroyed because of the lies this woman told, but that's my opinion. And it says that while it seemed that AH's role in the upcoming Aquaman 2 was confirmed, recent reports suggest that this may not be the case. And they go on to say that all the stories must be frustrating for her too, as she reportedly, now this is the fun part, she reportedly believes that Warner Brothers is behind the rumors. And this is where they get this information. According to insider Daniel Richtman, AH thinks that WB are spreading false reports to put pressure on her to resign, rather than sacking her, as the news of her being fired will show her that the public aren't on her side. No kidding. If true, the article goes on to state this would be a pretty low move from the company, especially since they've defended her in the past after the initial court battle with Depp last year. Well, you know, it's not a secret that WB has made some pretty bad moves in this whole situation. And I think they are just another example of cowing down to movements. I think that instead of looking at the obvious truth and looking for the obvious truth and waiting. I mean, at that time, all of the truth had not been out there. But if they'd even paid any attention to the court case and looked at what the evidence was, I think they would have been able to see as clearly as we all have, is that the wrong person was the victor at that point. But even as early as this month, Johnny Depp's lawyers are going to be going back before the UK courts in an emergency hearing where they're going to present what we all believe will be the fact that she lied, she perjured herself in testimony. And they can prove this with the fact that she did state in testimony that she donated $7 million to charity. Well, CHLA has, they've kind of said, no, you didn't. And as far as what this Daniel Richtman, the insider, his statement on his Patreon account, I did go and check his Patreon account, and it does say, AH thinks WB is spreading rumors about her firing from Aquaman 2 to pressure her to leave on her own to show people want her gone. And I did a little bit of checking, and from everything I can find, it's pretty much a mixed bag as far as he's gotten some things right and he's, missed some stuff. And I mean, that's pretty typical for anybody that is covering stuff and trying to get scoops out of Hollywood. You're gonna have your hits and you're gonna have your misses. So, I mean, who knows? Maybe this is what she believes. I can see with how paranoid she tends to be, and with the added effects of alcohol and drugs and those things that she claims that Johnny was the one that did, not her, that could lead her to believe that that's what they're doing. And it could be that this is exactly what WB is doing. I said in my last video that I do believe that they've realized that she is a PR nightmare and that they are going to lose big time if they keep her in this role. And if she has failed a health and fitness exam, then that's the perfect way for them to get out of it without having to say, well, you know what, we backed the wrong person here, and this is their way of getting out of it. So, you know, she might be justified in believing it. But, you know, I just think that this entire thing, I think, could be very true. If you think about it, if WB started putting rumors out there and they started gaining traction the way this has, I mean, this has taken a life of its own, then it's going to become pretty clear that they're going to have to do something. And when they see that, the majority of people are all for her being fired. I mean, look at the Change.org petition. It's at over 1.8 million signatures. People don't want her in this film. WB has got to know at this point, if they keep her in Aquaman 2, they are going to lose, and they're going to lose big time. Myself, I've said in the past, and I'll stand by this, if WB, if you will take her out of this film, I didn't even see the first Aquaman. I will go see the second one. But in contrast to this, I know a lot of people who are really big fans of these movies, and they are dead set on that they will not be seeing this movie if she's in it. So you got a lot of money to lose, WB. But let's just finish up with this article, and then I got a little something myself I want to let you in on here. The article goes on, and it talks about how she failed her physical, and that they say that then this be a way for her employer to justify a controversial decision and open the door for a recasting. However, it's difficult to see the actress not having a strong contract in place that prevents this. In previous months, AH managed to downplay the online petitions and general vitriol sent her way. But having to deal with an underhanded studio tactic would be another story altogether. And it finishes up with that these are serious allegations, and until something official comes out, you know, it is just rumor. And they finish off with that the spotlight's on the case, which is only going to continue, and more details are leaked to the press, and it will not make it easy for either to endear themselves to producers. But given that AH still appears to be in contention for multiple high-profile roles, it'd be a surprise to get her pushed out of Aquaman 2. No, it wouldn't. Now, I know that as far as we've got this covered, there's a few writers on there that just really sing her praises, but to see the general overall consensus that this woman is vile, and I think especially with it coming out and it being proven that she did not give money to sick children, I think she's done in Hollywood. But I do have one more. I did do just a little more digging to just see about if there really is a health and wellness clause. And this is from The Things, is the publication. And the article was from February 20th of last year, and it was titled 15 Strict Rules DCEU Actors Have to Follow. One of the rules was superheroes need to stay in tip-top shape. All DC superheroes are required to look the part. And they use Henry Cavill as an example when they're talking about this, and they say that he had to look his best, and he had to work out. He had to do the best he could. He had to look as good as he could without relying on special effects. And one more thing they say in this same article, they are talking about Will Smith had to follow a grueling workout schedule to get into tip-top shape for Suicide Squad. So while I couldn't verify definitely that they do have a health and wellness clause, sounds like that they do expect a lot, which makes sense. You don't want a superhero out of shape, heavy, whatever. But I hope you enjoyed this. If you have any feedback on this, let me know what you think. Do you think that maybe the WB has done this to scoot her on out the door quietly? Or do you think it's just rumors? Do you think there's any legs to any of this? I'd love to know all your comments and all your ideas on this. So if you like this video, please leave a thumbs up, share this video, leave me a comment, tell me what you're thinking about this. And as always, thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate you. And until next time, as always, be blessed.